My mother said to me, "Oh yeah, like you didn't before." I didn't. I really didn't. By the way, thank you for asking about my mother. So many of you have. Myrna Billion is 99 years old and would have been here tonight had she been invited. No, of course she's invited. She's invited to everything. But she had dinner plans. I mean, come on. It's Friday night, you know. But I just have to tell you one funny story that happened recently in my retirement. So now I live in Natick. People say to me, "Where do you live?" I say, "I live in a suburb of Natick." And people in Needham don't think it's that funny, but I think it's hilarious. But so I'm at the self-service gas station downtown Needham, and I'm filling my car, and I'm standing there. This is just last week, and I notice at the next island there's a guy, and he's filling his car, and he smiles at me. So I smile back, because of course I'm single. So he says, "Didn't you used to be Susan Warnick?" I know, is that hilarious? I said yes, and now I'm working here. And I said, "And you know what else? Little Belle's got the next shift." I had to share that with you. I thought it was, and that guy left. I know he left, and I know he went home and he said to his family, "Susan Warnick's working at a guest." I just know it. So I feel a little bad about that little white lie, but geez, I thought it was just so funny. Anyway, we have a great program tonight, and I'm going to try to get through as much of it as I can, because it's very important to me, as I know it is to all of you. We have, as Kurt said, an amazing class this year. This is how it's going to work. I am going to name them. I'm going to say a little something about them. But then our wonderful team of volunteers put great videos together, and you're going to be able to learn all about them. Inductee number 1 from the class of 1971, the amazing Beth Grady. A lifetime contributor to Natick High School athletics.
Beth Grady, from the class of 1971, has been a lifetime contributor to Natick High School athletics. As a student athlete, Beth Grady played field hockey, basketball serving as captain, softball, tennis, again serving as captain, and was a member of the gymnastics club. In her senior year, she was voted Girl Athlete of the Year by the Girls Athletic Association and voted Most Athletic by her peers. After graduating from Natick High School in 1971 and Springfield College in 1975, Beth Grady returned to Natick High School as a physical education teacher, a position she held for 35 years. During that time, Beth Grady was involved in coaching 6 sports: ice hockey, tennis, and basketball for 1 year, lacrosse as a club team for 13 years, field hockey also for 13 years, and established the first varsity volleyball team at Natick High School. Many have heard of the equal rights movement. Beth Grady is most recognized as being the driving force behind bringing equal opportunity to women who wanted to participate in athletics. Her coaching philosophy was to never turn anyone away who wanted to play, and that you are not just teaching a sport, you are teaching them about life through sport. Because of that coaching philosophy, Beth Grady was awarded the Massachusetts Women in Athletics Distinguished Service Award for 2007-2008 at the Massachusetts Celebration of National Girls and Women in Sport Day, sponsored by the MIAA.
And I was saying one of the things, looking back more in hindsight, is really she did a great job moving women's sports and girls' sports forward. As far as, you know, it's just you didn't really see it when you were in it, because you were lucky enough to go to Natick and had a woman there that was really advocating for you, and it was really all about, lacrosse wasn't even a varsity sport at the time, and it was just
it's really changed.
Things have really changed. There were no feeder programs, and it was just, not only was she sitting there trying to figure out how to, you know, we never even picked up a field hockey stick there you are in like 9th or 10th grade seeing it for the first time. So, I mean, her philosophy was really about getting girls out there, and it really wasn't as accepted. It's not like today where it's just a given that there's opportunity for girls. Even though Title IX was already in existence, it just wasn't as accepted, and she never made us feel that way, I guess is what the bottom line is. She had asked us, well, then what would you guys do? And we had our own play, and she tweaked it a little bit, and it worked for us. Yeah. And it was funny because she wasn't so, and I always looked at her, she wasn't so much like that much older than us, or she didn't appear to be, maybe, you know, whatever. But she seemed to get us, and I think that was really important as a girl in athletics, to have a woman that really sort of understood us, because basically, you know, I played basketball, we had a male coach, and it was still even coaching was very male dominated.
Exactly.
And it's just different. It's different when you know, don't get me wrong, I loved our basketball coach, he was great, but it is still that, it was a different connection.
Absolutely.
And there's a different way of thinking. I mean, she was certainly, you know, in it for us, and to know like, okay, these girls are gonna go forward. And
yeah, Beth and I graduated from Natick High School together back in 1971, or the olden days, as she would like to call it. And then went off to college, both came back and joined the phys ed staff here together, where we worked together for more than 3 decades. We were at the ground level of Title IX, Chapter 622, where the new law was coming in, which was supposed to bring equality to women's athletics. And of course, we all know that that's been a work in progress. It's taken a great deal of time for this to evolve, but Beth was really at the ground level as far as advocating for women's athletics here at Natick High School. She came back as a teacher and as a coach, where she coached field hockey, lacrosse, softball. She even coached ice hockey here for a while. And again, a lot of those teams she fought to get started. They didn't exist at all before she got them going. And in addition to that, she's really created a lot of opportunities for women's athletics that never existed as well.
2014 Natick High School Athletic Hall of Fame inductee from the class of 1971, Beth Grady.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, you went over.
Thank you for everything. I want to thank the committee for all their hard work. Kirk, Bobby A., Bobby May, Tara McDonald. They did a lot of wonderful things to have this event happen. I'd like to congratulate all the other award winners. I had Julie Quigley in class, Mary Lee, outstanding basketball player. She played on my field hockey team, outstanding. And Julie's running marathons all over the place. It's wonderful. I want to thank my family for all their love and support, and my friends and former athletes, thank you, and friends now, and especially my sister Ann and my brother Kevin. I'm thrilled and honored to be here tonight. I had a blast. I love sports. We had challenges with Title IX. It was just, it wasn't there yet. But I met my best friends playing sports. Jane Murphy, Mandy Bradley, Gail Belvo, Jean Arena. We had a blast. We had milk and cookies after the games with the other teams. I played 6-player basketball. Talk about the dark ages. We lost the game 11-7. We didn't have a lot of training before high school. It was 3-2 at the half, and that was foul shots. Field hockey, I was a senior. Jane Murphy was a sophomore. She got a goal. We all tackled her, and she thought we were nuts. It was my first goal I ever saw by Natick. You know, it was just a blast. I loved playing. I had wonderful teammates. I had wonderful athletes, outstanding players, and they were just a lot of fun to be with. Class of 85, class of 78, 79, all you guys. Volleyball. I didn't know what I was doing, and so you just wung it. You know, you did the best you can. My second year, we went to the tournament. We had a ringer from Germany. That helped. And then with ice hockey, I didn't know a thing about ice hockey. John Brown was awesome. He goes, field hockey, ice hockey, you'll be fine. And it's way different. Now that I'm watching the Bruins, you know, but I had a blast. I do it all over again in a minute with our challenges. So what? We had a blast. And, oh yeah, Donna McCabe paved the way for women's sports and equal pay for women's coaches. Mary Levitt, our awesome coach, paved the way for us, and we loved her as softball coach, and I hope I paved the way for the women behind me. Thank you very much.
Next year, Beth will be emceeing this event. Our next inductee, Robert Lefty Hale from the class of 1933. He was a three-sport athlete playing football, basketball, and baseball.
Robert Lefty Hale from the class of 1933 was a three-sport athlete at Natick High School, playing football, basketball, and baseball. In football, Robert Lefty Hale served as a captain his senior year, and according to newspaper articles during that time, was a star halfback. In basketball, Robert Lefty Hale was a brilliant player and again served as captain his senior year. In baseball, Robert Lefty Hale, a captain his senior year, was a pitcher, and on days when he was not on the mound, could be found in the outfield. There are numerous newspaper accounts of Robert Lefty Hale and his athletic prowess, saying he was, quote, one of the best running halfbacks ever to come out of Natick High, also one of the greatest left-handed hitters in NHS history, as well as a great basketball guard from which position he scored many points for the old red and blue, unquote. Others touted him as one of the most brilliant all-around athletes in recent Natick history,